Scalpers. Y'all know we on.
We ain't seen it in a while. Then they gon' flow no clown 19.
Y'all know what it is.
Scalpers, we here, baby.
Got that big pippin in the background.
Yeah. If y'all know what it is, hey, you need to go ahead and reach into them crates and them streaming archives. Word. Oh man, my man Chris just said he coming in town this weekend for Dallas. He a U of M alum. You like a week late, dog.
Where you at last week?
Right. That's what's up, man. It's always good to see when people coming in town. We got a couple people chiming in on the Facebook Live on my personal page. And of course, we got the YouTube Live popping off. So if you got YouTube access, you can always check us on there. And we'll have that show, just kind of like slight edit and post it and all that. So we kind of keeping that moving. Myself, Phil Newkirk, got my man B-Simp in the building.
What up, dog?
Both of our brains are probably just like totally out of it. Just
we mushed today.
Just normal everyday adulting, nothing too special.
Let it be known.
But of course, we gonna talk that sports talk, man, and just kind of keep the ball rolling in that direction because that's what we do here. Great weekend for college football last weekend, man. It went hard from Thursday night on through Monday night, man. If you miss games, they had a ton of highlights all over the place. My man B-Simp, Sherrod, and also the prolific Natasha Gransberry with the Gransberry Chronicles. She got in a great football experience down at Jerry's World. They went and checked out Michigan and the Gators, and we go get into a little of that. Of course, you got the Billie Jean King Invitational is going on in New York for the U.S. Open. So they got that cracking right now. I know the women's side.
What the hell is the Billie Jean King Invitation? Get me with some.
Did I mess you up on that one?
I know it's the U.S. Open. It's for American women in the semifinals this year.
Right. Now, what was funny, man, because I kind of got, me, I went automatically thinking like this last name of one of the tennis players was the daughter of Kiki Vandeweghe. Her name is Coco Vandeweghe. It's not his daughter. Like, not at all.
I always thought that, too.
Yeah, when I looked at it, I was like, that spelling's not even the same. I got his basketball card stashed away somewhere. But you got Coco Vandeweghe. You've got Venus Williams. Man, 20 years strong, first of all, which is amazing in his own right. And then you also got the one the young last name Sloan, another black tennis player.
Yeah, Sloane Stephens.
Sloane Stephens. There you go. Not last name, first name. So you got Sloane Stephens and who was the last? And I was sitting here looking at it. I just saw it on IG. There's one more lady who was get that for me. And it rounds out, like I said, 4 total ladies in the finals. But I think I almost wanted to say they had the
is it Megan Keys? I know she's American.
Megan Keys, yeah.
She did? Okay.
Absolutely. So they got that cracking right now in the women's finals or the semifinals at the U.S. Open. And, yeah, man, so it's another strong outing for the Williams family. And, of course, Serena just had her baby.
Yep.
About a week ago.
No, like Monday.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so it just happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't that far ago. Man, it seemed like this week has been long.
It has been.
So they and I don't know the child's name. Let me take a look.
I don't know.
I'm about to look it up. And they probably gonna pressure this poor child into playing tennis, and they just need to let this child breathe. And they had a girl. Her husband's name, I don't even know the dude's name. But yeah, they had a baby girl. Let me see here. What is the name of this child? I haven't kept up with the baby, with the birth, or any of that. But the dad is Alexis Ohanian. All right, and that's her. Are they married? I don't keep up with this stuff.
Who knows?
I don't keep up with any of this stuff. So anyway, make a long story short, they had the baby.
Right.
Shout out to all the blue babies in the world. We got a couple people checking out, man. Carl, we got Mrs. BG. She's checking it out. And Aisha, Cousin Rashard, Damian Gasson, what up?
D-Gad.
My man.
He was down here for the Michigan game.
Yeah.
Even though he was in that mud repping Notre Dame. But
word.
But if you see my vid on there, you see he had the Scalper shirt on.
Yes, he did.
He had the game.
My man Dame, what up, though? And Charlotte, what's up? And Liz from Western Michigan. Yeah, we got a couple people checking in, so we appreciate all the viewers. Anybody that could, throw some questions out there, chime in a little bit, and we're going to get into a little bit of this college football. Now, first game that I honestly paid attention to, because I know they had some games, like even the week prior to like the full kickoff weekend. I think it was like Rice played, I don't know,
Stanford
BYU or something.
No, Stanford and Rice played that first Thursday over in Australia. BYU, I want to say, played.
They blew somebody
They
out.
won.
Yeah, it was
Oklahoma State, not Oklahoma State. Oregon State, I think, played. Oregon State lost. I remember that. And Central Florida. Okay, that's what it was. South Florida played Oklahoma State.
Right. Okay.
They won. So it was you had those were your, as they call them, week 0 games. This week was the official opening week of college
and that's exactly
football.
what I was getting at. And for some programs too, I mean, they're gonna have some more of those like give me games.
You're gonna have those in the first 3 to 4 weeks, just depending on how many conference games you play. That's what you're gonna have.
Yeah, and that's just what it's gonna be, regardless.
Yeah,
I mean, the cool part of course is the way that they kick it off, like week 1 for real, because it goes from Thursday through, and it's all night games. So many night games. I should
Friday,
say.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday with it being Labor Day.
Hype as hell, man. And then you got teams. You coming fresh out the gate with the Florida Alabamas. You got Florida State Alabama, and you got Florida Michigan. Large alumni groups, great coaches, everything you want out of college football, and it's a great weekend for it.
Hey,
and,
man, you got to remember, college football, every week count. An L puts you in a position to where your championship hopes are over.
Absolutely.
Which, hey, man, you got to play for 13 weeks, 12, 13 weeks. You gotta,
absolutely.
You don't have a room for sneaking in or anything like that.
Yep, that's a fact. And now, and looking at them Thursday games, you had Tulsa blew out. Tulsa got blown out by
Oklahoma State, but that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, now the Ohio State game, that actually was close in the middle, and then
Indiana always gives Ohio State problems. Indiana gives a lot of teams problems because of their offense. Now, they lost their offensive coordinator, who is now – they lost their head coach, who is now the offensive coordinator at Ohio State, Kevin Wilson. But Indiana give teams fits because they run a spread offense. They're fast. They're quick. They get to the line. Their problem is normally defense. And also they had some turnovers, and Ohio State took advantage of it. Also, Ohio State is just more talented.
Yeah, at the end of the day, from the AD down to the water boy, they keep some talent at Ohio State. We give them hell just from Michigan-Ohio rivalry crap, but we respect what they do in football, and they've been clean more or less since Urban Meyer got up there.
Hey, they the ones who've been putting on for the Big Ten,
time.
Even though they got smoked in the playoffs last year by Clemson, but they already got a national title. A playoff national title.
Absolutely.
Not just the BCS title. They got a playoff title.
Yeah, they just got rocked. That's just what happens.
It happens. Yeah,
it does happen. You're right about that. And I want to give a special shout to my neighbor mom, Stella Reynolds. Hey, when your moms and your aunts and them get on Facebook, you gotta give them something special. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, we got all the views.
Right. So she got on there and then tell us to have a good night and all that. We appreciate that, Stella. So but then back to this football. I'm just giving some love to the fam. And you had Washington and Rutgers. That was pretty much all Washington.
Should have been in Washington. You should never let Rutgers score on you. Rutgers is terrible.
Rutgers is pretty bad.
They should be better. I mean,
I would think they could get more kind of like.
But the problem is the top players in that area, so New York, New Jersey, which
they're not going.
When you saying top players in New York,
a lot of running backs and a lot of receivers.
Yeah, because it's New York football, New Jersey football. They ain't football states. So
you're only going to get a certain amount of time to play.
and their top players. The last 3 years, their top players have gone to Michigan, actually, with Jabril Peppers and Rashawn Gary.
Yeah.
They had another receiver that went to Michigan, but he ended up transferring to Rutgers, back home to
Rutgers.
Yeah.
And, I mean, and the cool part with the cold states, you could take advantage of speed with indoor track. Or if you're going to play basketball, maybe you still, keep your legs up under you, but it's not really a region or areas like Midwest and in the East for linemen.
You'll get some players, but you won't. It ain't
not like Florida, Texas.
Yeah, you're not going up there to fill your roster. You're going up there to poach that one player that you think can do something in your system.
Exactly. Wisconsin went ahead and got the blowout on Utah State.
They solid.
Put up 59. Same thing. Penn State blew out Akron. They put up 52.
Clemson blew out Kent State. I mean, the team that your top 10 teams or whatnot, they're playing. They're playing those low level teams. To open up the weekend, to open up the season. They're doing what they're supposed to. Miami playing Bethune-Cookman. You're supposed to blow them out.
You're supposed to. Now we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to something special within that realm too. Now, one of the first upsets that came to everybody's attention was Maryland and Texas. Man, now Maryland gets underestimated. Maryland actually does keep some good players.
Yeah, Maryland. They've had bad coaching over the years, but now their new head coach DJ Durkin, he was at Florida for a minute. He was at Michigan for a year when he was the first defensive coordinator under Harbaugh. Maryland will always be that tough middle of the road team in your conference. They will sneak up every 4 or 5 years and jump into that top 3 of your conference.
Yeah.
But they're a solid team. Only problem, same thing. Last year they had a bunch of games where they would be in them close, lose them in the fourth. Right. They lost a quarterback last year. They've lost their quarterback again this year for the year.
Right.
So Maryland is like they're trying to take those steps, but they keep these little mini hurdles that come in their way. And you just wonder, can they keep it together? But getting a win in Texas the first week,
big.
Yeah, that's a big win. That's a big win. I mean, Texas ain't great, but to go into Texas and it's still UT. To go in there and get a win is big.
And let's be real. Their defense wasn't great. They got 41 points up on them.
No, both their defense.
They outscored them, which means Texas defense really was horrible. But I still like to keep a close eye on UT because they have such a storied program. Sherrod chimed in.
Man, he's suspended.
You and Zeke better chill. Y'all better go play video games or something. But we're gonna talk about that a little later too, which is crazy. But yeah, the Maryland game. I mean, it's a booster for Maryland because they're not ranked, anything like that. So for them to go down to somebody else's, home state, a home field, and take care of business like that, a win is a win. But I know in that. I know on them tapes, man, that DC is like, yo, we got to tighten this, because we got a lot more football to play, and it's not gonna look good, not like this. So yeah, like you said, you got the Bethune-Cookman and Miami thing, it's the Florida thing, all that good stuff. Everybody in Florida be safe, by the way. Hurricane Irma and the other one,
Jose,
they
traveling right
next
behind
up.
them.
Yeah, they next up on the list, and all of that. So y'all be careful out there now. There weren't many other notable games.
No, yes, there were.
No. What I'm saying is from an upset standpoint.
Yeah, it was, Duke.
No, not many.
Baylor losing to Liberty.
Thank you. Okay, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, dog. And the crazy part is, so Baylor, with all the stuff that went on at Baylor, their old athletic director is now the AD down to Liberty.
As soon as you set that up, I was like, it's something weird just happened. I don't know what.
Yep.
That's crazy. Okay. Man, that's a blow for.
But, I mean, Baylor.
I'm surprised that didn't get more attention.
No, because everybody knows Baylor is they're trying to rebuild at this point because they, a lot of their good players left. Were kicked out.
This is Baylor, though.
They had to clean house coaching wise.
This is totally Baylor.
And they had to do it.
And I just had to reel it in like, oh no.
But think about it. But no, Baylor was the last 5 years, Baylor had made a come up. Baylor was one of the teams you talked about at the beginning of the year. They didn't play any defense, but they were one of the teams, their offense was legit. I mean, starting off with when they had Robert Griffin, that he kind of helped come put them on the map. Then,
no. I'm not saying Baylor from a football standpoint.
He's just saying. Yeah,
okay. It is Baylor though. that's why. That's probably why I'm not getting any press coverage. But
yeah. I mean, can you dump on somebody even more than you really?
Nope.
Anymore.
It ain't even.
You could, but is it worth it?
It ain't worth it at all. Surprisingly, that now. Oh man, we got to get into that Tennessee Georgia Tech.
No, that's what I was about to say. I got all the games from Sunday and Monday. Them
were great games.
Those games were probably the best games of the weekend.
Now, of course, we got to make sure we throw a special mention to the Broncos. They gave USC hell for 3.5 quarters.
They did.
For 3.5 quarters, man. They had USC on their heels. They were scoring right with them, actually scoring before them, and
had a lead at a couple of points.
Yeah, and they just ran out of gas and ran out of more or less speed and size. It happens. I think it's a good showing to what they can do. Still put up numbers against a team like a USC, and going
USC
to that MAC conference.
They sat there and figured it out. Like, yo, wait a minute, we got to get back into this.
Yeah, man, just be bigger and stronger and quit playing around. And that's what they did essentially to close the game out.
Salute to SC for and for Western, because it had to be a coordinated effort. At the end of the game, once the game was out of reach in the fourth, USC scored again, and they have a walk-on kicker who's blind. I mean, a walk-on long snapper.
Yeah. That was a great show.
Yeah,
I like that.
And the fact that, perfect snap, got it back, got it to the kicker holder and everything. But it's dope because this kid, he was around the program, when he was young, under the Pete Carroll days. Yeah. And then, he's part of the SC family, and he lost his eyesight over that time. It wasn't that he was born blind. He lost his eyesight. Yeah. But USC still kept him close, and it's part of the family. So I think that, those are the kind of things you don't hear about from school. We hear about a lot of the negative things, and it's always a lot of them. But stuff like that needs to, be highlighted.
Man, that was a big deal.
Because while to the outside people, it may be, they did that. It can be like a charity or whatever you want to call it. But those dudes in the locker room, that's their guy.
Hell yeah.
That's their guy. Because, you see it when walk-ons get scholarships.
Oh,
the other players in the room be so hyped for them. So
more hype for them than that.
So that's their guy. So they to get him, which may be his only opportunity ever to say, hey, I stepped on the college football field and played for USC.
Absolutely.
Dream come true. Dream made.
Yep. So. And he can ride that for as long as he can. Yeah. For motivational speeches. I don't give a damn what
exactly.
he do.
Exactly.
But it's great for a child that can still have that type of terminal physical effect, and just continue to have.
Yeah, but he's part of that team, and that he's part of that family, that team, and that he as much as they give to him, making him a part of them, they probably take a lot from him, because one of those. He doing what he got to do. I can't slack on what I'm doing.
Exactly.
I can't give half-ass effort.
Right, absolutely, and that's a fact. And you can tell that that's not anywhere near the sort. And they ride with him. That's a beautiful thing, man. So y'all, hey USC, y'all keep doing your thing. We actually expect to see y'all to have a decent season too. Now, the upset of all upsets, Howard University got down, led by Cam Newton's younger brother,
Lil Bubba. Kalen.
Yeah, Kalen. And we about to call the kid by his nickname. Now, the impressive part about that, of course, is it is Howard. Howard gets, they don't get much talk when it comes to football unless it's in. Are they SWAC or are they what's the other MEAC?
They Division II.
Unless they're playing against other black schools.
I think they are in the SWAC though.
Yeah, unless they're playing against other black schools, in the whole nine. But for them to have, a first week showing and to have a little bit of a spotlight through the last name, that's a beautiful thing.
Well, the fact that they were you can't bet that game because it's UNLV. You can't bet UNLV games in Vegas. But in offshore betting, they were a 45-point underdog and won 43-40.
Nice. Yeah.
Now, UNLV is also trash, but
don't matter.
You're still a Division I team playing a Division II team.
That's right. And then that's how they headlined it out here, man. 45-point underdog. Our University pulls off the biggest upset. One of the biggest upsets ever. But that's just from a point spread aspect, not like hell, is UNLV, they're not even ranked.
Nah.
But it's still, you're playing
App State beating number 5 Michigan is probably still gonna be a bigger upset
you just because to bring that up again.
Man, look, I lived it.
You did live it.
I lived
terribly.
That day was the
was that the same year as the 16-0 for the Lions?
Oh, 0-16?
Yeah. 0-16.
No, that was the next year.
That was the next year?
Because, that was the
terrible back-to-back years.
That was the next year. Yeah.
So, one of my guys going to say, you don't know shit about the SWAC. You're right, I don't. That's a fact.
Not going to lie.
Not at all. I'll totally about to screw that up. I don't.
Holla at me during March Madness.
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, and that, what's that 4-way play-in? That's about all I got for you, dog. But no, now, before we go close it off with some of that Michigan talk, we got a couple people waiting on that. Another game that I know was just, man, this is one of the games of the year, Tennessee and Georgia Tech. It's great for that region. It's great for that, people could just drive right on down and check out that game. It was down there at Mercedes-Benz Arena. Did they call that one Arena? Mercedes-Benz.
Man, the new Falcon Stadium.
Mercedes-Benz Falcon Stadium, Chick-fil-A.
Ain't open on Sunday.
Clubhouse.
All of that.
Right, all of that. But they had that game on a Monday night. And college football on a Monday night is one of the best things you'll ever freaking see. Period.
Because it's Labor Day. You winding down, and you just trying to get back. You gearing up for the beginning of the work week.
Mm-hmm.
It's the official end of summer or unofficial end of summer, and you get college football, but you get a game, 2 different types of offenses with Georgia Tech running a wishbone triple option. You can't really prepare. It's good that they played it in the first week. If that game is not week 1 or the end of the year, like a bowl game, Tennessee loses that game because you need that much time to prepare for the option. And only reason Georgia Tech had time to put that game away. Late in the 4th, they had a breakaway run, running back fumbled, gave Tennessee life.
Yep.
They missed like 2 field goals.
See, I thought it was over even way before the first overtime.
Georgia Tech had that game locked, and they turnovers and missed kicks and things of that nature. Yep. You let Tennessee hang around.
That's your fault.
Tennessee made plays. Broke tackles, made plays, extended the game. Their running back John Kelly, he from Oak Park. Dude, he was a beast coming out when he came out of high school. Shout out to Coach Carter, Oak Park.
That's Oak Park in Michigan.
Yeah.
Okay, not Illinois.
Right,
any other place in the country. And Homo roastified now. Keep it going.
Get it go.
But yeah, that's pretty much how that game turned out.
It
was one of the things you couldn't turn your back on it because the overtime went kind of fast.
Yeah, and Georgia Tech, they went for 2, which I knew they would go for 2 because 1, their kicker, they didn't have any confidence in them. But 2, with that triple option, you feel that you're going to get the yards that you need. You feel that you can get 2 yards on that play. One of the dudes or pitchman or whatever, somebody missed the block. That's what it ended up being.
Yep.
They missed his block, blew the play up. So. But I respect them for going for the win. Don't you can keep trying to kick extra points and go into overtime. By the 3rd overtime, you would have had to go for 2 anyway. So hey, we score. Let's just try to end this game.
Absolutely.
I can't take nothing away from that.
Absolutely. And again, before we get into Michigan talk,
we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
I want to make sure we mention this Florida State and Alabama game. Florida State don't look like a number 3. I'm sorry.
Yeah, their quarterback was out there getting rocked. Then their quarterback is out for the year now. But you also playing Alabama, dog. The scale, Alabama is just here.
Well, they're there.
And then everybody else is
They've been there for like the last 10 years.
Exactly, dog. They lose players to the NFL. What do? Hey, y'all next set of 5 stars, y'all up. What y'all gonna do?
And they do the same thing every year. Football factory.
Oh, no, they are for real factory.
Straight up football
Like, look at
their
their running backs. They running backs all look like they could be in the league right now. They all 6'2", 225, 6'1", 209, 6'3". They all in that range. They don't have no scat backs.
Nah. Hell no. They don't do that. It's just the next man up. So yeah, that game it wasn't a high scoring game. I mean, it's not like Alabama just blew them out. 24-7. They also played at as Katie has corrected us. Oh, well, first of all, Georgia Tech sucks, and so does Tennessee. But she's a Georgia Bulldog, so we can't listen to too much of that. But it's Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Okay.
I still call it Third Rock from the Sun, Mercedes-Benz First Baptist, no Chick-fil-A on Sundays, Clubhouse Arena.
It is.
That's what I call it, and I'm sticking to that. I'll probably change it again later.
Okay.
So
something just came to my brain.
So there's Michigan talk.
No, we got two other games that we got to hit.
What I missed?
The
UCLA, LSU, BYU.
No.
The UCLA game.
UCLA and Texas A&M. UCLA was down 34 points. Came back.
They were.
They got Kevin Sumlin on the hot seat after the first game. Board of Regents already coming out like, dog, he need to go. You can't fire a dude after first game of the year.
First game, dog.
And you can't get on Facebook putting that out there when you're on the Board of Regents. Like, come on, man, have some tact.
My man, Jay Buckner, he said G-Tech quarterback looking like the second coming of Mike Vick. Think about that.
Running wise, yeah.
Running wise,
I mean, it's
more
hard.
like Marcus Vick then at VTech.
No. It's hard because I watched the game, but Georgia Tech doesn't throw the ball a lot. Now he has some passes that he connected on.
Yeah,
but the reason I can't say he the next coming to Michael Vick is because I don't know what his arm is and what his throwing.
Yeah.
Mike Vick had a damn cannon and let that mug go off his wrist.
Yeah.
But running wise, dude was out there killing.
Word. Well, that's something to keep your eye on, especially if you could find.
But like I say, the problem is with Georgia Tech, they don't throw the ball a lot, so it's gonna be hard. Years to come, you're gonna see him, and everybody gonna be like, he need to get a look, But it's gonna be hard because if you don't have tape on him throwing the ball, dropping back, reading defense, and things like that,
he's gonna be getting a look as a receiver
or a running back,
so which ain't bad. So
a look is a look.
Right. A look is a look. You're absolutely right about that. So, yeah, that's something to keep our eyes open for.
Then the last game, before we talk about that, Virginia Tech, West Virginia game, that game was competitive all the way through. Virginia Tech held on. You knew it was going to be. But, I mean, you're there two evenly matched teams, number 21, number 22.
Yep. That's what you want.
You got the whole, when they were both in the Big East, they had a rivalry. They haven't played in 5 years. With all the conference realignment and things like that. Yeah. But, that's one of those games you want to see. Back, like I said, when they're in the Big East, you'd have Virginia, Virginia Tech, West Virginia, that.
You want to see that trio of more or less in-state teams play. And that's rare, actually.
Right.
You don't really see. I mean, you got let me see. You can go to Cali. Sometimes you could get Cal.
I mean, think about it like this. You get NC State, Duke, Carolina, Wake Forest.
You know,
all
Cali,
four.
You got Stanford,
Stanford and Cal,
USC, and USC.
Yeah,
and
but
they're not always clicking at the same time.
Yeah, but they're right.
Though.
But
they
think about it.
Spread out too. Cali big as hell.
Yeah. But USC. But they're all four in the same conference.
Yeah.
So so they're going to play each other, but.
If the conference is not involved, then that's rare. But that makes it more exciting too.
Right, because they're guaranteed to play each other.
Hell yeah. So it was a shootout, man. I mean, Virginia Tech came away with it. They only ranked, like you said, one more spot ahead of them.
So,
anyway.
It was an even.
They just won by a touchdown.
It's a pick 'em.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing to that. But that was, but that's, that's what you like to see in an in-state rivalry type of situation. Now the game that we all were waiting to see, of course, you got Michigan and Florida played down at AT&T Stadium, aka Jerry's World, and it started out a little slow on both sides. It didn't really get exciting until what was that one bomb that sped through? Who caught that one?
Tariq Black, freshman.
And he was wide the hell open. First of all,
Spate just underthrew him. He had to come back and wait for the ball.
Yeah, he did, and there was a lot of miscues by Spate, and it just honestly, man, he just don't look like a good quarterback.
No, I mean he got bad mechanics. He got like either a hitch in his throw. It's like a wind up or something. He throw a lot of high balls. I mean,
okay,
but some passes he threw, receivers dropped it.
Yep.
The first pass that got intercepted, he kind of threw him high, but receiver had his hands on the ball.
It wasn't that high. He had two hands
Receivers
on that
had
ball.
both hands on the ball, so you got to bring it in. He popped it up, run it back. Nobody makes a tackle on the return.
But see, in a play like that, you want to throw it high. Because you're throwing it over the middle.
Yeah, you're trying to get him, but you don't want to get him so high that where he get killed or what he did, he out there by himself and it's just safety's back and they just waiting for the carom to come off.
But that's why you depend on your receiver to catch the ball. I've seen a lot of plays like that.
Yeah.
A lot of times you can find that, and I think that's probably more of the NFL experience from the coaches where they're like, yo, if you find that play, go ahead and throw it a little high.
Yeah.
These guys aren't as athletic
Also,
necessarily.
you might have a receiver
position.
who can just get up there and get it.
He was up. He was up there.
He had
so
it in his hands.
I can go for that, whether it be a tight end or a tall receiver or what have you. I can go for that, especially if you know it's a guy that can make that kind of play. A tip ball is a tip ball when it's all said and done.
Yeah, the second, but that next drive,
now that
pass was horrible.
That was just a horrible pass to the
He
left.
threw that mug to the other team and
Period.
right down
And
the sideline.
Took it back to the crib.
14 quick.
And it was 14 quick. And what was funny was because at that point it was only what was that 14-7?
No, it's 14-10.
I don't think it got to 10. Wait, did it go to halftime 17-14?
Yeah.
Okay, so it went to halftime 17-14.
No, it went to halftime 17-10, I think.
Okay, it went to halftime. No, it went to halftime
It don't
17-13.
That's what it was, yeah.
Right. So, but anyway, just to scale it back, still even through the second quarter period, 2 pick sixes. The saving grace were the 2 field goals, regardless. Was several field goals. A 50-plus yarder,
250 yarders.
Yeah, 2 50-yarders. But I know one was right before the half. So that kept everything suppressed. That that stopped what you thought would have been the bleeding. Okay, Sherrod chiming in. He out here now. No. I'm just reading his comments. End zone coverage. You cannot throw the ball high. You can. I say you can, but like I said, it just depends on your personnel.
Once again, ain't he suspended?
Yeah, suspended. Your comments are no longer valid. You say Spade is a bum, but that's our quarterback, T.O. voice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
It is.
Tears and all. But, going into that half, the field goals mattered. Huge. But they were still dominant throughout that game.
Defense.
They had more yards. They had more
them.
rushing yards and the whole nine. Michigan defense played really, really well. I saw a blurb that said it's reminiscent of the 97 defense.
After one game.
That's a stretch.
Kind of early.
Yeah, that's way early for comparisons.
What it is, they're looking at it, you hold a SEC team who actually does have talent and who many are picking to win the SEC East. You hold them to 3 points offensively, and you hold them to under 200 yards of total offense.
Yeah.
So I can see
a lot of suspensions though.
Also, no. That's a misconception. They did have suspensions. Only 2 of them dudes were starters.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And one was a running back, one was a receiver.
That's what I wanted out of that comment.
So only one. If they play, they may have a few more catches, but
maybe they get the touchdown.
The offense ain't about to be there to turn around because Michigan played the run. We were shutting the run down.
Yeah. Period. Yep.
Their top rusher had 13 yards.
That's tough. Oh, that's tough. That's what you want.
Yeah.
That's what you want. And now even going into before the half, and we doing a little bit more in-depth breakdown because this is Michigan. It's whatever. Get your own show.
Right.
But no, the point of it, like going into the half, O'Corn comes in just to kind of
it was to calm him down. Right. That's what Harbaugh said. To relax and calm him down.
Yeah.
O'Corn, he came out. He looked scared too, though. And it's okay. We got to remember it is the first game of the year. There is no preseason in college football.
Absolutely.
So your first game, you come out, it's
and
the bullets fly.
One of the largest stadiums.
Yeah, that all of the players, Florida and Michigan players, they came out. I'm pretty sure they on the sideline. They looking up at the scoreboard because they
fans too.
Yeah, you looking at it like, damn, I can't believe it. I'm actually playing here.
Yep.
AT&T Stadium, like I've seen it on TV.
You probably never play there again.
Yeah, unless it's a bowl game or something. But yeah,
true.
You see it on TV and you're like, damn. And once you get in there, it's like even more like, wow.
And all these people showed up to watch us.
Right.
And it was a beautiful showing out. Of course, 2 great alumni in the whole nine.
Yeah, the game. And then Michigan pulls away, scoring. They score defense shuts it, closes the game out with a sack fumble touchdown. Yeah. Fumble recover. So that ends the game. Man, I'll say this: like Florida fans was deep. We were sitting in the Florida section.
Word.
But super cool. I mean, we had a couple dudes behind us who was wilding, but they just be more wilding language wise. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna get.
I kind of, me. I'm kind of when you got kids and older people around. I kind of, that twinge. Like, dog, come on, you ain't got to drop every F-bomb.
Nah.
Like, because it's still a respect thing. I just got some. That's just. It is what it is. But overall, like I say, real cool environment. Leave out the game. You got hella Michigan fans going go blue, everything. Even Florida fans, damn good game. Everything. Met a real super cool Florida lady in line. My ticket was messing up and trying to enter the stadium. It's lines for days. She had an extra ticket. She just let me. She's like, here, don't worry about it. Just use this extra ticket to get in and whatever. So
Word.
That was cool. I was like, damn, because I was sitting, that line was long. And I was sitting there trying to get that one to work and couldn't get a signal. So, a bunch of cool people out there. I had a damn good time.
That's what's up, man. And like you said, yourself, Sherrod, man, my man Jay Buck graduated Cody High with me. He was down here.
Yeah, I had my crew in.
Yeah,
Trail,
Dane,
B-Lard, Dave, yeah, all my PG crew.
Man, yeah, and then overall, man, it was a great weekend, man. I was hanging out tough with y'all fellas, extra sober. Yeah, tired as hell. We was all tired. See, that was the only saving grace for me. I ain't drink.
Yeah.
I ain't drink a lick, so it was like I was sleepy as hell.
Shout out to Nate in New York.
Yeah, my man Tony,
my boy,
my man, yeah. And y'all would have had to been at Denny's at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to even experience the foolery. That
was hilarious.
That only homies could get into, and it was all love, man. But it was a great time. Nobody got the noise. Police called on us. No, nothing crazy, but it was just all fun, all love, man. I'm glad the fellas came down. Got to see a couple cats I ain't seen in a while. Saw Lance more or less recently, but even with that, that's what weekends like this are all about. So if you got a school that plays in like a special kind of weekend, like black colleges do it all the time. You got to go. Make your travels in the whole nine. You know what I'm saying?
Tell you and your people, y'all meet up, go have some fun.
Yeah,
man.
Go have some fun, man. Hit a strip club, hit a regular club, hit all the clubs. Might as well. You're in town. So, and then, Coach Rod said, what's up? He up there with Sunshine Academy. What up, Coach? And, man, it's a dope situation when it comes down to them kind of weekends. So, college football is in full effect. It's going to be, it's going to be kind of more or less calm this weekend because you're going to have, a lot more of those, smaller schools playing the bigger schools again, and or for the first time, like you got Northern Colorado playing Florida, Delaware and VTech. You got a lot of that. Now, Pitt plays Penn State this weekend.
That's going to be a good game.
Now, that's the game you want to see.
That's a revenge game from last year because they gave Penn State a loss, 1 or 2 losses.
Yes.
Well, 1 or 3 losses, but I don't count the bowl game.
Yeah.
But that was the Penn State lost to Pitt, and then Penn State lost to Michigan. So those are 2 games that Penn State wanted to get back this year.
Oh, totally screwed up Rod's school that he's coaching at. I said Sunshine. It's Sunrise Academy.
Damn,
sorry about that, Coach. Hey, I don't know.
You sucking,
Sunshine, Sunrise, Sunflower, hell. It's one of them sons.
Hella bad. They all the same.
Right. So yeah, but now too, you still got some interesting games coming out this weekend. You got Auburn and Clemson.
That's gonna be good.
That's gonna be a good game. And it's a great regional game too. Oklahoma and Ohio State. Now that's number 5 and 2. So that should be a good game.
It will be.
UGA and Notre Dame. I say this is gonna be a good game because it gives Notre Dame something to prove early. Go ahead and try to beat somebody that's 9 spots in front of you right now. That way you give you a better chance at a good bowl game. Last year they fizzled out so early, so fast. I want to say even in that Michigan State game, it was early in the season. I was still up in Colorado at the time. Oh snap! You got Stanford and USC.
Damn,
that's going to be a good game.
Early conference game.
That's an early.
I like that though. I like that more conferences are scheduling conference games early in the season because before conferences used to just go non-conference, then run your whole conference schedule.
Yeah,
I like sprinkling in some conference because that gives you an important game in the beginning of the year. But it also, for the fans, dude, it gives them, sometimes it can
reason to watch.
Not even a reason for the fans that go to the games. It gives them a better package of games to go to. If you got, if it's not just, we'll use Michigan as an example. So it's not, I got Air Force this week, Delaware State next week, and then because they've had years like that, and then Western. You're like, I got 3 games, ain't no big name teams on there. To where if you get a non-conference, you get a conference game early in that first, and it's still sunny outside, it's still hot.
Yeah,
you still got that.
That's a fact right there. Yeah.
That eagerness of the season.
Now, the interesting part about that, I'm not seeing any games being played in the state of Florida.
No, that's wrong.
Florida State plays.
What happened? Florida State
plays.
and Florida, they were both set to play at 7:00. They have moved their games up to 12 to
at
noon.
least.
No, they've moved. No, they've moved it to noon.
Well, I'm saying if they even play them at all.
No, they're gonna play them because they're tracking it till they can get those games in and then. But it's still. But remember, they're going to get a lot more rain in those areas in Tallahassee and Gainesville.
Yeah. Okay.
Miami has totally canceled their game.
Yeah.
And they were playing like a 1AA or Division II school, so they're just going to pay them their check. But you don't need to bring another 100 kids or 100 staff and
parents and all that
into Miami where people are trying to get out of that area.
Right.
So they just canceled their game totally, and they're not going to make it up.
Now, speaking of Miami, they play Phil State next weekend or 2 weeks from now, 2 weekends from now. Now, that's going to be interesting, and we definitely going to keep our eye up for that.
It's because of Florida State, Miami. I want to see this week. Needing to see what Florida State will do with the new quarterback. I don't even think Florida State plays this week.
They do. Yeah, Florida State's playing.
Okay.
Yeah, playing.
Excuse me. Yeah. I want to see what they do with the new quarterback. Because he is a true freshman.
Oh, I stand corrected. No.
They don't.
No, I
didn't think they did.
No. They're playing Monroe.
Yeah, we just said that. They said Monroe. They just said
Monroe. Monroe. Not Monroe. Monroe.
You Louisiana, Monroe.
Coach Rod got Ohio State by 3. My man Jay Buck, U of M alum, said he hopes Oklahoma wins. Of course, he wants them to beat Ohio. He don't even give them. That's how you know he for real. Like, I be noticing the Sly Jazz. He didn't even put Ohio State on it. I mean, he put the state on it. He just beat Ohio.
It'll be Ohio. Yeah, we don't even say that. That's cool. Right. That's cool down south.
Right. So and my man Maurice, what up, though? Reese chimed in real quick. You're probably on the road somewhere. We got to find out about that concert, Reese, by the way. And yeah, up in the shot. Now,
man, no, the game. I need my Broncos to come out there and kick.
Beat Sparty.
Yeah, I need my Broncos to come out there and whoop up on Sparty.
Real quick.
Because it'll send my homeboy JC into a damn frenzy. He gonna break something.
We got bottles of liquor on deck. Me and my homies. Me and Nick got our back against the wall against like 4 cats. We'll stay on the bet. So it is what it is.
What kind of liquor y'all bet?
I mean, it's premium. It ain't going no higher than like a Ciroc or Crown vanilla or nothing. It's friendly.
Okay.
It ain't show. No, it ain't like no 100 bottles of scotch or nothing like that.
You out there betting for 1738.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't say that. I hope they don't see the show until after the game.
Oh, damn. My bad, bro.
Like, no, orders in.
Like, I need all of that.
But no, so yeah, Western Michigan plays Michigan State. Michigan State is not ranked, but us being fellow Broncos in the studio, of course, we got to, make sure we can show some love to our guys. They came out strong against USC. We think with that kind of performance, point-wise, we think we could beat Michigan State.
I do.
Absolutely. We beat 2 Big Ten teams last year.
Yeah.
The spirit of PJ Fleck is still
Nope.
It's still circulating through the system, dog.
Nope.
All right. Well, we're not rowing the boat anymore.
No, we are not. He is now in Minnesota, so they can
screw you, dude.
That is what they do. He took the row the boat with him.
Go for these nuts.
Peace out. Thank you for all that you did in getting us to the Cotton Bowl last year, though, bro.
Hey, look, we got the T-shirt, went to the game.
Yeah, I got the T-shirt. I was there.
Yep, sure did. Hell, you ordered mine.
Exactly.
So, but nonetheless, this Saturday afternoon, man, we hope for the Broncos come out there, man, pull out that W up in East Lansing. We don't see anything good coming out of that state program this year. We already discussed that quite a few times.
I'm looking at the schedule. Northwestern and Duke play. There's about to be a bunch of dudes at the game.
Oh, that's gonna be a smart ass game. That game smart as hell.
Halftime, people taking their books out to get homework done.
Man, what?
Check these notes real quick.
I'm studying for finals now.
Right.
You kidding me?
Hey, salute, because people from Duke and Northwestern, the people who be hired.
You ain't lying.
They the ones running all the corporations, so I ain't knocking them.
I ain't mean it. My resume out there floating around.
Right.
But nah, that's gonna be a smart ass game, like real talk.
It will
like
be.
They're gonna run the plays like very crisp. Nobody's gonna catch the ball though. We're not asking for too much.
Hey, Duke put up 60 on somebody last week, so.
Oh, word. Damn.
Yeah.
That might be something to look at.
Duke has been good the last couple of years, and Northwestern.
Northwestern is tough. Like, we joke around.
Northwestern is always a tough team.
Program.
Under Pat Fitzgerald, he got them.
Yeah.
I mean, they are
a coach.
He takes the talent that they can get. Remember, they have all kind of academic restrictions, and they're not going to get the players that.
Oh yeah, they know that.
They're not going to get the nut-nucks and a couple of them.
Most famous player they had in that, I'll even say basketball-wise, was Joey Crawford. Not Joey Crawford.
His son.
Joey Crawford's son.
Yeah, his son.
One of the black NBA referees.
Yeah.
His son played ball
But no,
years
ago.
And played pretty good.
Yeah, years ago, Northwestern had some dudes, and then I remember basketball, they had a dude named Julian Bonner who was from UAD, and he was like a little short, stocky point guard, but he was cool. But no, Northwestern, they get their talent. They get the most out of their talent and rock from there.
Word. And but yeah, man, we about to beat Sparty this weekend.
I feel
WMU, baby.
I feel it.
I can feel it in the air.
Hell yeah, like beans.
Crown vanilla on deck. I got like 50 more days until I can drink.
I was about to say, club soda and lime on
club
deck.
soda.
Shut up.
First of all, lemon and lime.
My bad.
If they have it. Because I was drinking them jokers like they was going out of style.
Right. Yo, let me get 5 makers and a club soda with lemon and lime on the side.
We ain't got lemon. Okay, with 2 limes, please.
Right.
Please don't be mad at me. And no, I'm not tipping you for water.
Man, they were looking mad when I tried to get that one club. She was looking at me like, in a what?
They're like a brother can't be sober in the streets. They don't know my life. They don't know my life, man. I'm trying out here. I'm trying to clean up my act. Let's talk a little baseball. We're getting down to the stretch right before the playoff time. It's getting important now.
Yeah, man. Tigers had a fire sale.
Yeah, they did.
Got rid of Verlander, man.
That was huge, man.
Verlander, go down to Houston and do your thing, man.
That's what we want. That's what we want.
Do
out
your
of
thing.
It. And at this particular time, man, it's good to see a guy that played and went hard for your hometown team go somewhere and compete. That's all you want to see. He's getting older.
Man, he gonna help. Man, if he helped Tasha get a championship,
that's gonna be beautiful. That's gonna be. Let's just say what it is.
It will.
We get to see her smile.
I'm gonna throw some salt.
A little bit.
I'm gonna throw some salt. I know me.
Just make it kosher though.
All Himalayan sea salt. But no, Houston. Houston leading. They still leading. In the AFC, in the American League.
Yeah.
So they, Houston, Cleveland, Boston.
Yeah, and all the American League.
Yeah. So you got the Yankees and Minnesota fighting for the wild card.
Yep.
Should be interesting. I wouldn't mind. Actually, I might get behind that Cleveland wagon coming out of the American. One, if they were able to get to the World Series and possibly win, the boost, the jolt that it would give that city, coming off of Hurricane Harvey, and giving them something to rally behind. Sometimes, you've gone through something traumatic, but sometimes that, that 2 hours of watching that can just gives you something to put some faith in, to give you an escape from everything. I can rock with Houston.
I'm with you there, man. I'll buy the hat. I'm with it.
Yeah, dog. I rock.
And we got people in Houston.
Yeah,
man.
we do,
You got
man.
blood down there.
Yeah, we got people in Houston. So
friends and family that are down there, man. So
Definitely.
and to my knowledge, everybody I'm connected with is cool.
Same.
It's just you just go through that little period, man. My man Ern down there, his family, new wife, and just a number of other people. You got a devastating situation, like you said, man. Lives lost, devastated property, just toiletries. Something down as simple as toiletries that we take for granted on a day-to-day basis have to be donated to folks. And if you can, people, donate. Utilize the I would say the Kevin Harts and the J.J. Watts of the world. what's my man name? Ken Karan. Is that his name? Yeah. Social media comedian. Also, you can see him, all over the world and stuff like that. See if you could utilize those types of sources. Bun B, man, just anybody that's affiliated directly, and just kind of funnel your funds. Even $20, $50 helps.
Know that those, as the United States, people are gonna have to come together. I mean, you're gonna see the same thing with, depending on the effects of Irma, with people down in Florida. I'm in insurance. I'm already gearing up to possibly have to go work one of these catastrophes.
Same here, man.
So you want to, hopefully with Irma, that it's because they had so much forewarning. You hope that the people that can get out got out. Even if Irma turns or something, it's better to be safer than sorry. It's better than, a lot of people will sit there and ride it out and whatnot. Sometimes, and you understand that. You want to be there with your property. You want to make sure to try, because you think that whatever, if you're there, you can possibly not call, do something different. But, sometimes, you're not as powerful as Mother Nature. So if you can get out, get out. And
in cases like that, and, and it sounds good in hindsight after an event like that, if you got, possessions, maybe you try to invest in the safe.
Yeah.
Put as many, pictures and blah, blah, blah in your garage. Maybe try to bolt it down. Those are things you think about after
you think
the
about
fact.
it afterwards.
And me and this guy are insurance adjusters. So we think about a lot of stuff like that the average person won't take into account. But, in some effect, I'm going to have to work these type of claims pretty soon. Of course, he's going to have to do it from a different standpoint in the auto world. And that's what we do from a 9-to-5 perspective. So, that's our contribution, but that's also our 9-to-5. But, we also owe a duty to do a little extra, and we'll do that, through our own sources. But, yeah, man, keep those people in your thoughts all up and down the Atlantic coast and the Caribbean islands, because it's bad out there already in the Caribbean islands.
There's been a bad hurricane season this year.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it might not be done. That's the wild part. We about to be 3 hurricanes in. You feel me? So, and hurricane season goes through November easily. So, at this point, you know what I'm saying, you just hope it comes and passes and you get through it, man. But, we don't want to get too far into that because everybody know what it is. But, you can't not touch on it at the same time. Now, as far as the National League, before we get off baseball, of course, you got the red hot, the blue streak hot LA Dodgers with 92 wins so far this season.
Yeah.
Clearly best team in all of baseball.
They are, but who you need to watch out for is Arizona. Arizona is hot too.
81 games in.
Yeah, and they're probably going to get the wild card in the National League. But yeah, they are. Oh yeah. They made the trade for Justin Upton from the Tigers, like I said, fire sale.
Yeah.
I think they beat the Dodgers the other night. They're the only team that has a winning record against the Dodgers this year.
That's tough.
So
that's tough. Man, that's tough. And you got them now, even those two teams, that's in the NL West. Now, you still got, of course, the Washington Nationals, 84 games up. And then you also have the Cubs are actually ahead in their division, only with 75 games.
They just got to hold off Milwaukee in the division. They'll be fine.
And they'll be fine. They'll be able to take that. And like you said,
Milwaukee and St. Louis, because they're both only 3 games behind. So, they still got a fight on their hands, but
a little bit, yeah.
They just got to hold them off. There's only like 20 games left in the year.
Yeah, and Arizona's pretty much going to run away with that wild card because they're 6.5 games up on Colorado right now.
You'd be surprised, dude. You would be surprised. There's been years where it's been 12 games left, and teams that thought they had it on lock totally blow it down the stretch, and you lose 7-9, and next thing you know,
and you can't go mess around and go 9-0 in a couple of series real quick.
Yeah,
and the other team goes 6-3. That's it.
Yeah, you ghost.
Yeah, that's it. So, man, this is about the time where I start really, really pay attention to baseball. People hear me say that all the freaking time. So, now we've got a good boxing match coming up in a couple of weekends. Not this coming, but the next one after that. Just to put it out in the air, of course, you got Canelo Alvares and Triple G, man, 2 of the hardest hitters in boxing. If you're not paying attention to that, You're sleeping. If you like boxing, you're totally sleeping. This is the fight that boxing fans have been waiting on.
Yeah, because you're seeing two boxers, actually,
pure boxers.
Yeah, but you're seeing them in their prime. You're seeing them when you want to actually see them fight. You're not seeing the boxers fighting 10 years too late, where it is kind of like Pacquiao and Mayweather.
Floyd, yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
If you'd have saw that fight 5 years earlier, or even 4 years earlier, you're like, okay, these are two dudes who are in,
absolutely,
who can get it. But now you see it, you're not seeing them when they're at the tail end of their career. You're seeing them when they're fresh.
Right.
And these are the two guys who are leading the middleweight division.
And they've both had notable fights all the way up through this point. And I can't say that either one has really necessarily backed down from opponents and things of that nature. They they're the fighter's fighter, and I'm pretty sure people know what that term means in a lot of ways.
You know what's funny? I'm excited for this fight, and we all know Brandon don't really do fights.
No, you don't.
And I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
so.
because like you said, man, it's all about the sport when it comes down to these cats, and that's gonna be interesting. But again, that's in 2 weeks, and we got a couple social issues we need to address that are continuously rearing its head for the most part, and we'll get into that. We could get into that a little later, whether they have the whole Whitlock thing, whether it be the whole man straight bum, whether it be that, whether it be what happened with Michael Bennett in Vegas, during the Floyd and McGregor weekend. A lot of these issues continue to rear its ugly ass head. And people don't think that's what it is, and which I'm not surprised, because a lot of what's going on, whether it be with DACA, whether it be Black Lives Matter, whether it be what is that, Antifa, neo-Nazis, all of these issues come up, and then they never address the root of it, which is hatred, and where is this hatred typically coming from? And it's never addressed. So, I personally say, we can go ahead and, close out the show on that, because some of that stuff is, I won't say it pisses me off, but it kind of gets me going. And it's not a dark topic. It's just something that got to be discussed when it's all said and done. Now, NFL opening weekend is practically here.
It is here. Tomorrow starts the NFL.
Yep, tomorrow starts the NFL. As you could tell, the excitement in my voice. The Chiefs and the Patriots.
I was wondering, was I the only person who kind of saw that? It's a different vibe this year, and it's a lot of it probably stems from. Good Lord, my bad, y'all.
What you do?
My iPad going off.
Oh,
a bunch of messages. It's like the excite because of so many social issues. You got now with the Michael Bennett issue. I mean, it's an NFL player, so you got that piggybacks off the whole why people are kneeling. These are the reasons why, and we're going to talk about the end of the show, but that kind of, when you got that in your mind, that puts a damper. You got this whole Ezekiel Elliott thing that's, you don't know what the truth is out there on this one, but he's still suspended as of right now, but he can't play Sunday.
And it's just a bad look on the league.
Yeah, the league just keeps shooting themselves in the foot with this of how they handle discipline. You give, this person 6, you give this person 2. You give Josh Brown 1, who admitted that he beat the hell out of his wife. And,
wow.
It's, you don't want the optic, the optics are what they are. So what people are going to say. But then you got the whole cap thing, and it's like everything that normally surrounds the season and the anticipation of a season is not there. You got a lot of people who are going to boycott the season. So you got that group of people and that sound from them. Then you got those who are still interested in football. I mean, it's a weird season, opening season. I could say that.
You know what? That's a fact. And what happens now is going to continue to ring out throughout the season with, thankfully with the likes of a Shannon Sharp and him and Skip. They have very high, highly intellectual conversations about these topics, and they don't pull punches. Skip pretty much lets Shannon do his thing, But I'm thankful for that duo. You still have the Stephen A's of the world who he's usually, a fiery voice.
Yeah.
You don't always know what direction he's going to come from. I mean, even most recently with some other garbage, we'll get into that too. But, we're getting it. It's Ray Lewis is being, the cop-out. So, but I mean, let's talk about the games at least and give that some attention. Like I said, Chiefs and the Patriots.
That's a good opening game, dude.
I was about to say the Chiefs got a chance to show something.
That's a good opening game.
They got a chance to show something in this game.
What you're going to see is you're going to see the last year Alex Smith, that quarterback for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Because Patrick Mahomes will be the quarterback next year.
Yeah, and it's about that time.
You see,
I'm waiting on these Alex Smith jokes. You done with them? They ran this course?
you the one that used to be caping for him
hard, dog.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm
like, man, take the cape off.
Man, I thought he was good. Like, he's good.
He's not
great.
trash.
He's not great.
He's
good.
He's not going to lead you to. He's not going to lead you to a championship, but he's good enough to get you to the playoffs.
Man, please believe.
Which I guess in the NFL, that's what you really need, because it's a lot of teams
across the board. Yeah,
it's a lot of teams who don't even have a quarterback that can get them to 8-8.
To week 8, right?
Right,
so. Hell, Jay Cutler ain't even that. He's still getting money. But
people tend to think that they're gonna be all right in Tampa Bay. I mean,
in Miami.
In Miami, yeah.
Speaking of that game is postponed.
Postponed. It's moved to week 11. So it's crazy because they had to move the game to week 11. They won't have the ability to. They won't have bye weeks this year.
No, those things won't.
Yeah, those things won't. And people were mad going back, but it's like with the NFL, you don't have the NFL is actually lucky that both of those teams had the same bye week, because it's kind of hard to reschedule that game.
It was hella hard.
Yeah, because
it's a tight schedule anyway.
Yeah,
sometimes
because
they'd have to play on like a Wednesday or something.
No, it's not possible. It wouldn't be possible because then if you can't play a game on a Wednesday, then try to come back and play a game on a Sunday. It just ain't gonna happen. And maybe you can do a Monday. They can do a Monday. No, it is impossible for them to do it. I just thought about it. It'd be impossible for them to do it because they still have to have an open week for both of them are available, and they couldn't move the game because they have to be able to move it to a stadium that was available or something. And with them evacuating people out of Florida, you couldn't play it in Tampa Bay. No. Plus, Miami wasn't trying to lose the home gate. That's
No, it worked out. When it's all said and done,
plus they were saying, with the players, the players are off, so they're handling business. Even if you move the game, so now you're taking the players away from Miami, but they're still worried about their families, because their families are still in the line of the hurricane.
Y'all handle this first.
So it's like the only option you could do was to move it to the bye week. So.
Now, notable games, I would say, the Falcons get to go ahead and test their defense against Mitch Trubisky. Young quarterback. I don't see why not.
I would say they still probably get Glennon to start just
to see. Why as well as free money.
Yeah, just to check.
Yeah, it's free money, and then let Trubisky kind of check everything out from the clipboard and the headphones and see what's really going on. That's the future of their offense. So that's just what it is. Ravens Bengals, divisional thing right there.
The division game.
Absolutely. And Steelers Browns, same thing, divisional thing right there.
Sean Kaiser was the starter.
Kaiser's named the actual starter in that situation.
He was named the starter after week 3. After week 3 of the preseason.
And then absolutely.
They went and shipped Osweiler, cut Osweiler. What do you do? Went right back to Denver.
Back to Denver for less money.
And he about to go be the starter. I bet.
And he about to go be.
And Trevor Siemian probably gonna start this week, but I bet Brock end up getting that.
Trash. Both of them.
At least Simeon, this is only his second year. Or second or third year, but
trash. Osweiler is horrible,
very
dog.
bad.
Horrible. When the Browns don't want you in the season they started,
they didn't want you from the rip, but they wanted the draft picks, and they had to spend money, so that's the reason why they made that trade.
Lions host the Cardinals, man. Cardinals been giving the Lions issues.
That's gonna be a tough game.
Yeah, Cardinals always get
David Johnson
problems.
tough. If Carson Palmer,
hell yeah.
Carson Palmer out there on, then he can sit out there.
But Matt knows how to play well against their defenses.
That's true.
He moves his feet well against the Cardinals defense.
And we at home.
And you at home, man, so you got to take advantage.
Let's go, Lions.
Yep, you got to take advantage. Jags and Texans, go ahead and take care of that, Houston. It's light work.
Yeah. Tom Savage starting. I think by midseason, Deshaun Watson probably will be starting.
Yeah.
Unless Savage and they're out there balling. Then
right. Then there's no reason.
There's no reason, yeah.
Yeah, no reason to waste him.
I think Houston might be nice because now you got Clowney had a year where he did his thing. You get J.J. Watt and inspired J.J. Watt coming back.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard to
Their
sell.
defense is going to be tough. I mean, Vince Wilfork retired, but
yeah,
whatever.
he didn't really.
He was old.
Have
I
much
mean,
man
yeah, I mean he did his thing clogging up the middle, but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Houston's defense. If Jacksonville should be so much better. If Blake Bortles just became Alex Smith.
If was a fifth,
I'll be drunk.
Yeah, we'll all have a quarterback.
Like, because Jacksonville has talent. They have young talent at that.
Yeah, especially in the specialty.
They should be better.
Especially the position, they're actually pretty athletic.
Man.
They should be a lot better. It's trash-ass quarterback.
Man, you know what? Most of the games this weekend are actually pretty good games.
Raiders and Titans will be good.
Yeah, Titans, watch out for them. That's my sleeper team out the AFC.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
you
my
said
sleeper
that.
team.
And the Raiders are going to be good, period. I don't see them falling off.
This is the problem. Trail that's his team. He a Raiders fan.
Yeah.
So I got to call them the bum-ass Raiders, even though I actually like the Raiders.
Oh, no, it's all hate.
They them bum-ass Raiders.
Uh-huh.
Their quarterback did a photo shoot the other day that looked like he's about to drop the new hot single, the new hot R&B single.
Derek Carr did a photo shoot.
He might actually have a song.
Stop it.
Derek Carr might actually have a song. He looked like he looked like he had the new hot R&B single coming out.
Damn it, Derek.
That game you got. I don't care about the Jets and Buffalo. That's trash.
Eagles and Skins. I mean,
that'll be good.
A spirit game.
And of course, Dallas and the Giants. Another opening weekend.
Seahawks and Packers. It's a really good one. That's a really good game.
Damn, I got to get my NFL Sunday ticket up.
It's a really good game. And like I said,
I got to figure out a plan for this.
Giants and them boys.
That's gonna be a game.
That's gonna be a game. That's always a game. They started out last year.
Yeah, and that was the intro to Dak.
It was, and it's not gonna be the same season.
And the intro to Angela on our head.
Well, Dak and Zeke to be real with it.
Is Zeke playing? So
yeah, he playing despite the garbage that he's got to deal with. And on Monday you got 2 Monday night games. You got Chargers Broncos. That's the later game, and then you got Saints and Vikings. Of course, they're gonna be playing in that beautiful stadium.
I like the Saints and Vikings because I think Adrian Peterson about to go for $125 because they released them, and then Adrian Peterson trying to go out there and prove that I still got it. Which
still got it.
I ain't mad at him because I think I got him on one of my fantasy teams, so I'm looking forward.
Well, you know what's funny? It ain't been a time through moments where he has not played that they didn't say he was physically inept.
Yeah, they just didn't want to pay him.
They ain't want to play him, and that's just what it is. So, those are some of the more key matchups. Like you said, nobody's looking for the LA Rams, bro. That's just what it is. Now, some of the pieces that we need to make sure we talk about. You have a couple of things going on in the NFL. Like you said, there's just blemishes on the shield. Give a damn about that shield. First of all, I want to throw out the Ezekiel Elliott piece. Because it just shows how they just keep, for lack of better terms, fumbling. No evidence against this man committing any acts of domestic violence. Yet his name has been dragged through the mud, and there's evidence that it was intentional.
Yeah, he done had a couple different incidents though, because he did have the incident where he either pulled a chick pants down or something like that. He did at a parade or something. Zeke, the problem with Zeke,
young as hell, mentally though, like
he came in and put himself and got himself in the spotlight negatively by
with the weed shop
being in the weed shop, having it with a bunch of different little things, and little things just end up building because now the spotlight is on you, and they're watching you closer than everybody else. You are the quarterback. You are the running back for the Dallas Cowboys. Dog. Anything you do is magnified by 10.
Yeah.
And any little incident, I mean, Jerry can make a lot of that stuff go away, but it's just building thing, little small thing, little small thing, little small thing, and then you get this, and you already see how the league is, how they handle domestic abuse things and honestly, there is no right or wrong way to do this one. It's not, because if you come out on the side of the player up front, then it's like you're not considering the victim. Right. If you come out and you automatically take the victim side, then it's like you're not giving the player his just due, guilty, innocent to proven guilty. So it's like there's no right way, to do this one. But the league, they shoot themselves in the foot because they try to have this hammer of discipline, and a lot of the times they do it before either all the information is in or facts. And I know a lot of times if you're waiting for the courts to decide something, or
it's even slower.
Yeah, it's even slower. It's like, we got to make a decision on this because the fans, the sponsors, they're on you like, yo, what are you going to do? And we all know money talks in the NFL.
Yeah, and so from the sponsor standpoint, I totally get it because there's money and reputation.
Yeah, it's just a wild thing. But this one, it's known that the chick let it be known I can ruin your career. And it's like, really, you getting all this information now? Like I say, 6 games just seem wild from the rip, but. Yeah. Then they upheld that 6 games, so this is gonna be a battle
with no evidence,
right?
To prove it. All is well because he's still playing, but at the same time, yeah, for now. But it's just an ugly thing, man. It's just one more blemish on the league, and and that's just one more. You just add that to what's Buddy out in Cleveland that ain't played in like years. Josh Gordon.
Oh no, man! I don't knock. No. I'm not.
That's his problem.
Yeah, dog. Stop smoking weed.
All right.
Especially when you're gonna get
pretty easy.
You're in the program. You can't do anything. You can't drink. You can't get smoke weed. You can't. You're gonna be tested. So if you keep failing, that's on you, dog. That's a you problem.
And this cat could be top 10 receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, if you keep doing stuff that's gonna
no put pun intended, you keep blowing it away.
Yeah, if you're gonna do things that push your career in jeopardy, then I'm not gonna feel bad for you. I can't, because you've had you got busted. You had the opportunity to come back. You got busted again, and then other things keep happening. Kind of like Charles Rogers, he got busted, and as much as I wanted Chuck to come back, like, dog, you keep getting caught, and they're gonna test you. You're not that bright to me.
Yeah, I guess you are gonna keep working at this mechanic shop then. Yeah,
Jiffy Lube pay well, I heard. I'm lying.
It ain't even Jiffy Lube. So the hot topic this week, just from the standpoint of NFL and how they handle things and police brutality against African American men and women and brown folks, but this week showcased through video and audio Michael Bennett being more or less detained unlawfully by a Las Vegas police officer. I want to say it was right on the strip, kneeing his back, and also being advised by the officer that he would blow his brains out. Same thing that people keep talking about, like you said earlier in the show, man. This is why people sit, kneel, silently protest, so on and so forth, regarding the flag/anthem, and just bringing attention to, hey, league, y'all got a voice, and y'all not using it. They have, which is rightfully so. They speak up about a lot of issues, whether it be, cancer, whether it be, domestic violence.
Man, you know what?
Every cause in the world.
Dog, this last couple of weeks have shown me people be mad hypocritical, dog, because you get that. When it was the whole kneeling and social justice, and I'm trying to bring that you got that crowd that's stick to sports. I don't watch football for hear political commentary or to hear these social things. Hurricane happens, athletes on the front line doing everything to promote and to get help and to get survivors and to earn money. Oh, these guys are great. They're using their platform to blah blah blah.
You hit the nail on the head.
Dog, that's the bullshit, dog.
Right.
For real.
It is.
You want to hear people when they're talking about something something that you care about.
Yeah.
It's something that you care about, because it can affect you. Oh man, that hurricane could have got me, blah blah blah. But innocent people being killed, and I don't whether it's black, white, whatever. If it's police brutality,
bad policing, speak up.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be fucking happening. It's just ridiculous.
But but that whole stick to sports. I don't want to mix my sports with everything. But when that happens and they're doing something good and it's now see this is the athletes that these are the true role models. So JJ, and JJ White is he is he that is what he does. He's always been like that. You talked about that the other night. But people who are looking out for social issues and things of that nature. Yeah, those dudes are heroes also because they're giving voice to those who can't speak or those who no longer have a voice.
Yeah, and or voices in communities that get suppressed. Like how they say the police in Ferguson was so bad for so long. Then the Michael Brown thing happened. God rest his soul. Then it bubbled up
to the players at the University of Missouri, showing saying that they were willing, because they had. The guy who was on campus who was protesting, and they were backing him like, "Dog, we won't play."
Yeah,
things of that nature.
But it takes that kind of solidarity,
right?
And it's moving slowly in the NFL, whether it be one player puts a hand on, and I know Cleveland had one of the largest showings.
Yeah,
and you'll see it sprinkled throughout, but when it's all said and done, it's not.
But they were like, they had a prayer circle, whatever.
It don't matter.
Whatever, yeah. But
you know what it's for.
Yeah, they're sitting there showing a way of solidarity.
Should start at home.
The whole they even had a white guy, and like it shouldn't even have to be. Oh, and a white guy did it also. He said it. He was like, dude, I'm in here in the trenches with these guys. I see what they go through. Right. I'm supporting my team.
And if you really, more or less cared about an individual or got to know who they were or hear their side of it, then you can understand a point that's made and why. So that's what he's taking the time to do. And the same gentleman, I know he's a tight end.
Yeah.
For the Browns, and he's got a black wife, and that helps him to understand.
Yeah, he understands because he sees it from that perspective.
Hell yeah, from her perspective, her father. I don't know if she got brothers, cousins, whatever the case may be. And that's just the type of communication or understanding that's going to be necessary. To hell with all that, keep it out of sports. Sports done been a part of every other major facet of life. Ain't nobody, people have more or less complained about Tom Brady's and Robert Kraft's, friendship with Trump and this and that. But at the same time, what most people do is exactly what you did. Shrug their shoulders like, that's his choice as long as they don't spill.
They were friends long before he wanted to become president.
Right, exactly. That's my point. So
if I didn't give a damn then, I'm not going to give a damn now.
Right. All you can do is sit there and say, well, all right, well, let's see what he do from here based on everything else that's going on. But which his wife done already called him out on that. I'm sure she done tugged his elbow, Giselle. Oh, yeah, exactly. But the point of the matter is, back with John Carlos and Tommy Smith, Kareem,
Bill Russell, Jim
Brown, Bill Walton.
Yeah.
You can Dave the Busher, sports to politics.
Mm-hmm.
You can name a lot of different. Kevin Johnson from the Phoenix Suns, sports to politics. You a lot of times people don't realize what folks are doing in the background, but at the same time, it's you got to get involved. Not just from we need to go out and vote aspect. Sometimes you got to actually do stuff. And that's what a lot of those guys are known to have done. And the same thing goes across, WNBA and women's soccer players, mainly women's soccer players with equal pay. You know what I'm saying? You need to, them paychecks need to start crossing them gender lines. So, hell, as big of a praise that ESPN gave for Caitlyn Jenner, they need to be given just as much of a praise to a Colin Kaepernick for standing up for something. Caitlyn Jenner stood up for a cause, that was worthy for her at that time frame for all those reasons.
Right.
Whatever the case may be, and a black man can't. A black man does it. Oh, he shouldn't have done it this way. Oh, he's disrespecting this. And then as we constantly continue to say, servicemen and women are not even the ones complaining about how the protest occurred. There was a slight correction in how he did it, and opposed to sitting down, they say the proper way is actually to kneel, but you still got the freedom to do it, and I put my life on the line for you to do that.
And that's the reason why he did do the kneeling, because he was like, I don't want to disrespect the military, because I'm not protesting the military.
Exactly.
But the same thing that we've been talking about all year, as you know.
Oh, Muhammad Ali, I'm so sorry. So sorry. The military just made me think about, we forgot his name in that first list.
Same thing we've been talking about all off season and all of last year, and people always say, well, why is he doing it? Blah, blah, blah. He's constantly said why he's doing it. He never speaks. Look, I don't have to get in the microphone every day to toot my horn about what I'm doing.
No. For what? He just do the work.
Exactly.
He just do the work. And any and everything people got to say. And what I've liked the most recently is you got guys, which is, and on a side note, Von Miller out there straight up with the Old Spice T-shirt on, the Old Spice.
Von Miller, a fool,
joint in the back. I'm like, man, get your money, cuz. But he didn't go into the protest piece as the interviewer from ESPN was trying to get him to speak more about that. He just let it be known it ain't 64 quarterbacks better than him. Period. He done played against that man numerous times. It ain't 64 quarterbacks better than him. And that's a fact. So statistically, it's a fact. Athletically, it's a fact. It ain't 64 better than him.
I'm mad because we in a serious conversation, but I don't know why in my head.
Why?
Because I'm in my head, I'm like, you're supposed to be like, and that's a fact, Jack. Oh, did somebody say that this weekend? Because it's fresh in my head.
No, you know how much to say it this weekend?
You're right.
What's the tagline?
I know
of the
why.
weekend?
I know why. Because at Denny's, Nate said something about fact, and then you said that because I'm like, I hear that, and it's a fact, Jack. Yeah. Oh, the Gentleman's Guild.
AKA the Gentleman's Guild. So,
my bad. I didn't mean to derail you.
No, that's all.
It was just going through my head. Heavy.
We go left.
Exactly.
But nonetheless, this is the type of thing that continues to come up, and then there are actions that follow it by. I mean, hell, the nurse in Utah. It's bad policing all across the board. So now we can start trickling in these other folks. It ain't, quote unquote, just a Black Lives Matter thing, but there's this bad policing, period. But unfortunately, our lives are being taken at a higher rate considering the population of African Americans in this country, if you want to call us black folk, African American, whatever the hell you want to use. But the point of the matter is, and a lot of people will throw out there, I've heard one politician say, no, there are more white Americans that are killed than black Americans. Not unarmed and not that rate.
Yeah.
Especially not unarmed.
And not on camera, on body
cams. And not on camera. Dying
else.
In custody constantly. This is continuously happening. They can't sit here and lie like that. But again, like you said, which hit it all the way home, they can, and to piggyback from what I was saying before, we can talk about terminal illness. We can talk about, kids with cancer, women with cancer.
Any of the cancers.
All the cancers. We could talk about ALS. We can talk about, poverty. It's always a story about a young man that came from nothing and they show him in his projects doing the 30 for 30 or E60. You know what I'm saying? It's always that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And which is beautiful. That's great, man. We love to see that. There's always, it may even be on the white side where you got a kid that grew up on the farm. You know what I'm saying? And he just used football to get him to take care of his family and live a better life. That's beautiful. When it comes down to something like this, even if it's just chopped up as bad policing, the NFL can utilize that and have a voice to say, man, how can we bridge that gap? They're missing an opportunity for humanity when it's all said and done. And it might not ultimately be a white-black thing, and they don't have to make it that because of they got tons of black players. You got a lot of white fans that support it too, but you still need to look out for your nucleus, which is your employees. Like, do your employees feel safe when they leave work? Probably not. If they know that in a case like in Cleveland, where the police officers now, or first responders and police officers now don't want to hold the flag.
Yeah, we're protesting.
Nobody, we didn't do anything.
What are you protesting?
Right. Oh, you're protesting that I'm upset or how y'all treat us.
You protesting my protest.
Right. So I'm just supposed to let you beat my ass and I'm not supposed to say nothing? That's how that works?
Yeah.
Right. To your point, right.
I got the badge, so yeah.
Yeah, so And that's the ultimate problem, man. There was another man unarmed that got shot recently on camera, and it just flew by everybody's timeline like nothing ever happened. Because a lot of other stuff has been going on with storms and this
so
and
much,
that.
dog.
Yeah, it's so much that's going on.
You get bombarded, and honestly, I think I said this maybe a couple weeks ago. I was like, dog, I just need a time out from life because it was just it just gets so much, dog. When you come home, you at work all day. You come home, and that's the first thing you see.
For the few hours you get to decompress.
To decompress, that ain't the way I need to decompress. So I just had, I took time out from life.
Yeah, and rightfully so. So, and I understand people like, this is my entertainment. This is my escape. Read a book.
Yeah, but when the things are happening to those involved in your escape, you can't expect them to be quiet. So if somebody spray paints racial slurs on LeBron's house, you can't expect LeBron to be quiet.
Nope.
Michael Bennett gets into this incident. You can't expect him to be quiet.
Nope.
Different, especially those kind of boys.
You could keep naming situations. Tabo Cephalosha with the situation.
Whatever. You can't expect them to be quiet. Why are you trying to just sit there and handle it behind us? Hell no. I'm about to let you know what went down because obviously,
right.
People are like, well, you're a celebrity. You have these privileges. No, obviously my celebrity don't mean a damn thing.
At all.
Which,
And to the common family in Ferguson or in Ohio or in New York who lost a loved one and then got cut a check under the table, that's a slap in the face. Right. I got money.
Yeah.
So now we got to run you through the mud.
Mm-hmm.
When you got the bread.
Yeah, because you can't settle with me.
And you go cut me a check. You going through both because I got a team. I could pay $200,000 to run y'all through the mud as a police force. I could pay that. I don't need help from, public attorneys or none of that. No pro bono, no nothing.
Right.
I got cash to run this. Not to mention, just from a treatment aspect, and we talking about athletes, we just go talk about athletes, just period, or in the National Football League, CTE. How long did it take for them to actually try to do something about this? And they knew it all along.
Yeah.
How long have they really given a damn about these players? Damn sure ain't many that they've cared about. Which Ray Lewis seems to think that he has more influence than what he does. A lot of people may not have seen it. No, a lot of people have seen it. And a lot of it is circulating today where the girlfriend of Colin Kaepernick posted a tweet where it showed Ray Lewis hugging, what's his name, Steve Buscemi?
Yeah.
Who is the owner of the Ravens. And it was during the last Super Bowl, and they were just on the podium.
Makes sense.
Yeah, they were just on the stand or whatever, the platform. And he was just hugging him kind of like from behind, and she referenced it to Django Unchained, like the scene where, Sam Jackson's character was hugging or holding Leonardo DiCaprio. It's funny as hell. He uses that as the scapegoat of why they didn't sign Colin Kaepernick. First of all, that tweet came out later. Everybody knows this. It's date stamped. Secondly, why are you checking for her tweets when you should be worried about making that team better if that's your influence?
Right.
So it's just little goofy stuff that keep popping up with a lot of these guys. And I just write it off like, dog, just shut up, get to the back.
I always say every player don't need to speak.
No, old and young.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So, but to the Von Millers of the world, Aaron Rodgers, guys that's been speaking up on the positive light.
Like, dude,
stop playing.
Yeah, Key like, dog, this whole Cap can't play thing, that is not the reason why he's not in the league.
Right.
Get out of here.
Right.
Because you see some of the names that these teams have picked up. And
Osweiler's been picked up several times. Like, let's stop.
Well, I ain't going to even say Osweiler because at least he was a starting quarterback last year. You get names like Joe Webb, who ain't played in the league in 2 years. Or you get all these other names that now some of them they are bringing in solely as a camp body. They were bringing in solely as camp bodies.
Yeah.
So I understand those. You're bringing that person in so that your quarterback doesn't get hurt, and you just got somebody to fill that space because this guy isn't going to play. Yeah. I understand that. I don't want Kaepernick to get a job just to be like, we bring you in as a camp body. That's bullshit.
Right.
Now, if he's going to get in there, an opportunity to back up, that's what it is. But so, like I say, at this point, will he get a job this year? Who knows, man.
And like Shiraz said too a couple weeks ago, watching the NFL, it just feels icky. They don't give a shit about us, like point blank. But you know what? I get it. You want to see the best for Cap and his career and him to be able to still, stand up for the social injustices that he knelt for in the first place, or continues to, silently speak out, protest, or other players are silently protesting about and this and that. But, it's an ugly situation for the league. Not to mention the NFLPA president, DeMaurice Smith done had his own bit to say, talking about he don't give a damn if it folds in 20 years, talking about the NFL. But at the same token, it's like, tell me how you really feel, because he got something else to say, and he just can't say it yet. That lets you know that the internal workings of the NFL that we don't see, the political side, is way uglier than the stuff that we talking about right now. So, Mike, man, you can get ready to take us out of here, and we done got our Black Man Think Tank on, right on. The Gentleman's Guild has completed another great episode.
Exactly.
Oh, that Gentleman's Guild shit is hilarious, dog. It should be a T-shirt. I swear to God, I don't know how, but it should be.
A T-shirt that says the Gentleman's Guild.
Man, we had a great time this past weekend, man, for everybody that went to the game. I didn't go to the game. For everybody that went to the Michigan-Florida game down here in Dallas, man. Glad everybody got in and out safely. It was great. College football is here, man. NFL is here for anybody that really care. And, we go kick this sports weekend off great, man. Watch some sports. We go be back next week. Man, take us out, Mike. What you got? Simp probably got something hot. He hit us with the dog pound to open up. Ain't no telling what he got now. What you doing, Mike? Word.
He like, I wasn't ready.
Word.
Bring it
Word.
back.
Yeah, minor technical hold up. But, oh, wait a minute. I got something hitting in the background. It stopped. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Right, dog pound with the Let's Play House. Man, if y'all don't know, man, we be hitting them with the hits, all instrumentals.
We ain't trying to pay no copyright fees.
Nah, check it out. Scalpers, we out. Play some dog pound before you go to sleep, man. That sound pretty healthy for the night. Thanks for everybody for checking out, man. We're going to have it posted up on SoundCloud and YouTube by tomorrow. Peace. We out.